What's up, YouTube? It's Pollo for Heroes of Fandom, going over a special video discussion for Pokemon Week. My contribution will be a sort of discussion piece on the original Pokemon Red and my feelings on the franchise as a whole, as someone who is not what you would consider to be a Pokemon fan. I have a huge sweet spot for the original Pokemon Red, as of course many kids from the 90s do. I grew up watching the anime, I grew up playing Pokemon Stadium, but I'm not somebody who continued playing the franchise for that long. Literally, for me, my Pokemon adventure ended with Pokemon Red. That's right, I didn't even play Pokemon Gold until many years after the fact. Diamond was already out. The 3DS games were already out. I believe it wasn't... it was before Moon was out. Like, X and Y were already out when I finally went back and revisited Pokemon Gold. So why is it that I wanted to contribute for Pokemon Week? Well, it's simple, because Pokemon Red is a game that I hold a huge nostalgia longing for. Like, I look at the game and it just takes me back to simpler times. But it's also a game I really love. Now, I know a lot of people say that nostalgia can blind us, and that's absolutely true. That's absolutely the case. I understand that they've added a bunch of new features into the games, and I can say, you know, with objectivity, that Pokemon Gold and Silver is just Pokemon Red, but better. So why is it that Pokemon Red, aside from nostalgia, stand out more to me than other games? Well, it's simply, again, a game that I invested way more time into. I actually have a pretty funny story involving this. When I was in high school, I went through my first, quote, breakup, and I was feeling so down that you just do dumb things when you're going through a breakup, that I was like, you know what? I'm going to catch all 150 of the original Pokemon in Pokemon Red. And for those of you who don't know, that involves having to trade between Pokemon Blue, and you have the starters, you can only get one starter, you can only get one Eevee, so I was going to have to play the same game multiple times. Now, fortunately, my brothers had Pokemon Blue. All I had to do was go into their game, get a couple Pokemon, and it should be easy. So they already had an Eevee, I took that. They already had the starter, I took that, and I went through the game in Pokemon Red. Now, I'm at 149 Pokemon. I'm close to finally completing the fabled Pokédex in the original Red, and I have the bright idea. I have to evolve a Dragonair. I have the bright idea. Well, if I trade my Dragonair from Pokemon Red to Pokemon Blue, it'll level up faster. So I bring out my original dusty Game Boy Color and my Game Boy Advance SP, which is my most modern handheld at the moment that could play Pokemon, and I connect everything, and I get another bright idea. I think to myself, well, if I'm going to be playing and training that Dragonair in Pokemon Blue, I might as well already have Pokemon Blue inside my Game Boy Advance SP, and put my Pokemon Red inside my dusty old Game Boy Color. So I hook it all up again, I turn on my Game Boy Color, and that familiar bling plays over and over again. Now, for anybody who's ever read the back of a Super Nintendo cartridge will know that if you turn a game on and off multiple times rapidly, it can mess up your save data battery. And that's exactly what happened. At 149 Pokemon, I lost everything. So I just got into the shower, I just huddled on the floor, I was an emotional wreck. After 20 plus hours of grinding, of trying to catch those super hard to find Pokemon, I had just lost it all. And I immediately set out to do it again. I was just having that much fun with the game. It was taking my mind off so many different things that I just had to do it. There's no way you could come that far and just not complete the Pokédex. So I started from scratch, and mind you, because I had already taken the unique Pokemon from Pokemon Blue, I would have to catch them all over again. So this time, it was going to be even longer. There was no Eevee already prepackaged for me just to ship it to Pokemon Red. And sure enough, I eventually completed the Pokédex minus Mew, because I wasn't going to be doing this with hacks and cheats. I finally managed to complete the original 150 Pokédex, and I continue to have a screenshot of that certificate on my phone. No matter which phone I have, I always transfer that photo because I want to carry it with me at all times, because there's been people who I've talked to who don't believe that I've been able to accomplish this. Now, obviously, they're not Pokemon fans. Anyone who's a Pokemon fan would know that Pokemon Red would be one of the easier games to catch all original Pokemon. So you would think somebody who got really into this one particular game would decide to check out the other games in the series, but that's not really the case. Even though I did eventually pick up a Pokemon Gold and go through it, I never really got the drive to continue going through the franchise, and the accessibility was always there. My younger brother stayed into Pokemon a little bit longer than I did. He bought Pokemon Ruby, he bought Pokemon Leaf Green, and those cartridges are still lying around somewhere. I just haven't had the drive to check them out. I did buy Pokemon X, and I gave up pretty quickly, and I bought Moon, and I thought it was kind of easy. Now, I don't know when this was implemented, but in Pokemon X, I got the EXP share relatively early, and for me, I didn't see the appeal, because it kind of made me feel like I didn't have to use any of my other Pokemon. I just got one really strong Pokemon, and I was just one-shotting my way through the gyms. Which is good, I suppose. It cuts down on the grinding, but for me, Pokemon kind of stopped with Red. And I did get into Pokemon Go. I was in on the hype during that massive period of Pokemon Go. And of course, my goal for that game was simply to catch the original 150 Pokemon. And once they started introducing a lot more of Gen 2 and a lot more of Gen 3, that's when I kind of lost interest, because I kept running into Pokemon that I just didn't care about. So going back to Pokemon Red, what's so good about this game that the other games could not possibly offer, other than nostalgia? I can think of about a couple things. I do like the simplified nature of the graphics. This is something that I share with Pokemon Gold. I do like the 8-bit aesthetics of Pokemon. And I know some people would be quick to say, like, oh, well, you know, that's a nostalgia thing. Maybe, but I'm gonna have to disagree, because I feel like it's an art style to present 8-bit art. I like 8-bit music. Just 8-bit in general just feels like it's better for Pokemon. Seeing all these new 3D games, to me, it just doesn't feel like Pokemon. And again, I know my perception of Pokemon seems to be influenced by the originals. Now, for new fans looking to explore the older games, should you play the original Pokemon Red and Blue? Sure, why not? If you have a 3DS, go ahead, download it. It's worth taking a look where the franchise started. For a franchise as big as Pokemon, making new fans every single day, I would argue that playing Pokemon Red is a game that you just kind of have to see where it started. But for me, the best starting point for the series would be Pokemon Gold and Silver, because those are the games where, you know, everything's a lot better, everything's a lot more improved, and you do get to visit the original Pokemon Red area, so you get a taste of that. And I would argue that if you enjoyed it, maybe then go back to playing Pokemon Red. So the objective game that I would say you have to start the franchise with, Gold and Silver, but Red and Blue, like, it's the start. It's where it all started. And I guess if you're crazy enough, go ahead and track down an original copy of Pokemon Red and Green. So would I give this game a high rating? Absolutely. Pokemon Red still stands the test of time. I don't see any actual problems with the game. Do you have to grind at times? Sure, but that comes with the territory of being an old school RPG, and even then, it's not a lot. I've played Dragon Warrior 3 on the Game Boy Color. I've played Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 on the Game Boy Color, and there is a heck of a lot more grinding they have to do in those games. So in terms of being an RPG, it's one of the more forgiving games, and it offers quite a bit of challenge that may turn off newer players, younger players, but for older fans of the series, I would say it's a good starting point. So if you're into Pokemon Go, you know, you're older, you're more experienced in video games, and you want to check out one of the older franchise entries, definitely check Pokemon Red. Give it a shot. Check it out. So yeah, Pokemon has been a huge part of my life in many ways of my childhood, and most of my friends are into Pokemon. It's always cool to see, you know, in Smash Bros. When they put in the Pokemons. You know, I'm a huge fan of Mewtwo. A lot of nostalgia for all the characters. And I know I've been rambling on for a bit, so I'm gonna close this off. like I said, Pokemon, thank you for existing. I look forward to whatever else you guys put out. Even if I'm not a part of it, I look forward to it. I'm genuinely curious to see how that new Pokemon Snap game is going to turn out. And I'm interested in seeing what anniversary products you guys will be putting out. So until next time, I'm Pollo for Heroes of Fandom. Peace.